Okay, Secretary Llamas, good vibes naman tayo dyan. Ayan, nanalo ang Gilas bago natin pag-usapan ng politik. Ano ang feeling nyo na for the first time since 1990, ano bang ginagawa nyo ng 1990? Medyo ano pa ako. Ay, hindi, 1990, nag-earthquake sa Baguio. I was just like 2, 3 years old lang nun. That was the last time the Philippines made it to the finals of Asia Games, and we have a good chance of getting another gold medal. I mean, Croissant and all. I know, Secretary Llamas, before we go into politics, are you happy about it? China, back-to-back natin tinalo over the past month or so. Pambawi ba yan? Inspired ba tayo? Dahil si Marcos Jr. ating president or wala nang
Diyan na lang tayo nakakabawi eh. Diyan na lang tayo nakakabawi. Halimbawa, kausap ko yung mga mangingisda doon sa National Anti-Poverty Commission last week. Kinikwento nila sa akin ay yung kanilang sitwasyon, no? Pag pumupunta sila sa West Philippine Sea, no, darating yung mas malalaking mga Chinese fishing trawlers na parang militia dahil may mga armas, tapos kukunin yung ating malalaking isda, no, malalaking isda. Tapos pag napuno na yung kanilang mga trawler, no, itatapon nila yung mga unwanted na mga isda, yung maliliit na mga galunggong, tatapon nila, tapos pupunta na sila sa China. Ngayon, diyan pupunta yung ating maliliit na bangka para pulutin yung tapon nila. At habang namumulo tayo, pag may nakakita sa ating Chinese Coast Guard, itataboy tayo. Namumulot na nga tayo ng mga tapon ng malalaking Chinese fishing vessels. Pag nakita pa tayo ng Chinese Coast Guard sa ating sariling EEC, itataboy pa tayo. So talagang sobrang nakakaawa. Kaya pag nanalo tayo sa Gilas, no, ay talagang malaking celebration 'yan, Richard, dahil diyan lang tayo nakakabawi eh. Hindi man lang tayo makabato ng konti eh, no. So so definitely after nitong session natin na pinapagod mo ko gabi-gabi, no, ay makakainom na ako ng aking brandy at makakapagyosi na ako ng aking Ilocos cigar, no? Para i-celebrate yung ating victory na para sa akin is very significant, no? It's very significant. Parang in your face, no? Kahit namumulot lang kami ng mga tapon nyo, kahit tinataboy nyo kami habang namumulot ng tapon, no? Talo kayo twice, no? Talo kayo twice, no?
one with Bato, one without Bato. The one with Bato, 20 points without Bato.
Oo.
I see the
Yun
card.
yung dagdag sa victory na ito eh, no? Walang mga nag-cheer na mga nagpapanggap na pro-West Philippine Sea.
Oh,
Noong panahon ni Duterte ay sangayon sila dun sa New World Order na sinasabi ni Duterte with Russia and China, no?
feeling ko, Ronald, dahil biglang nagsayaw yung mga tatay people, siguro nabigla yung China. Akala natin, aliado natin.
Oo.
Only in the Philippines. Yung
Or
Beshi.
baka may nagsabi sa kanya, huwag niyo nang uulitin yan, ha? Huwag niyo nang uulitin yan. Kung hindi namin kayo tutulungan sa susunod na eleksyon. Natatakbo kayo as re-electionist, no? Hindi ko sinabi kung sino yung tutulungan, ha?
Of course. Alam mo naman natin, everyone honest ang mga trapos natin. Tsaka yung mga trapos. But going back to this, Secretary Llamas, speaking of the upcoming elections, sa tingin mo ba may kinalaman itong latest case against former President Arroyo? Because if you look at it, I think the opening salvo really had to do with Arroyo again, right? When na-demote siya sa Congress ni Romualdez, and then it just set in motion a whole series of events. Parang naka-chain reaction na. Sara comes in, tambalos-los this conversation, konting tahimik, bumalik na naman ngayon. And then ngayon, si Arroyo na naman. Of course, sasabihin ng iba na, no, this has nothing to do with it. But I don't know, Philippines being Philippines, I just have doubts with things being perfectly coincidental, right? I think you said something.
Sorry, Richard, hindi ako naniniwala masyado sa unintended consequences eh. No? Tingin ko itong nangyayari kay Vice President, no? Na tingin ko ay dapat mangyari, no? Dapat talagang tanggalin yung kanyang confidential fund, no? As Vice President na wala naman do sa previous Vice President itong kanyang confidential fund as DepEd Secretary. At ngayon lumalabas na kaya pala siya mahilig sa mga confidential fund. Doon siya pala ay mayor. 460 million a year yung kanyang confidential fund, no? At 2.5 billion, no, yung accumulation na confidential fund niya nitong nung buong term niya as mayor, no? Kaya hindi mo maiiwasan na ikumpara dun sa confidential fund ng Coast Guard, no? Na yung ginastos niya na 125 million na confidential fund in 11 days ay mas malaki pa dun sa confidential fund ng Coast Guard for 17 years, no? For 17. Kaya yun yung unang bahagi, no? Na at ikaw ba maniniwala na itong mga datos na ito ay lumalabas lang on their own, na walang naglalabas, no? At ito ay parang kabute na nagsusulputan lang like mushroom, no? 'Di ba? So, may naglalabas itong information na ito. May nagse-set ng narrative, no? Tapos sumunod yung napag-usapan natin na tinatanggal naman yung mga appointee ni Duterte sa Malacanang, no? Tingin ko this is long overdue, no? This is long overdue dahil siyempre Malacanang dapat lahat ng nandiyan pinagkakatiwalaan mo, no? Pinagkakatiwalaan mo, no? Pero maganda yung timing eh. Magkakasunod eh. Lalo na after niyang tawag nga ng isang Duterte appointee, sabi niya, ang tawag niya diyan ay massacre at OK Coral, no? Yung pagtanggal ng mga yan. Hindi ko na sabihin kung sino. So, after niyan, no, ay nangyari naman yung pagtanggal talaga officially ng House, ng Congress dun sa intelligence at saka confidential fund ng Vice President at saka Secretary of Education. At realign daw dun sa very popular proposal na ilagay sa Coast Guard, no? Yun yung kahapon yata yan with finality. Diba? With finality. At before that, ay sumulpot itong kaso ng NASECOR labang kay GMA over Malampaya. So, ang makikita natin at the very least are dotted lines, no? Are dotted lines. Tapos yung mga dotted lines na yan ay nagsisimulang maging solid line, no? Going into the midterm election, no? Dati pa naman natin sinasabi yan Richard, na ito ay since yung tambaluslos, ito yung magiging direction. This will be the new opposition. No, ito yung magbubungguan, mawawasak ang unity team, hindi lang mawawasak, magbubungguan sa midterm. And early 2028. At yun ang nangyayari ngayon. Yun ang nangyayari ngayon.
Well, I mean, except, BBM something about the zone approval ratings to look strong, no? I mean, at the end of the day, BBM is still the president. He's the commander-in-chief. He is in control of the state institutions in many ways. While the vice president really limited lang yung kanyang powers and all, diba? So if you have a vice president whose numbers is also dropping, even though hindi siya Department of Agriculture secretary and cannot be directly blamed, then that can tell you something, right? Because ang basa ko dito is Sara has to look invincible. So that even if she's just VP, even if wala na yung mga confidential fund, even if gigipitin siya here and there, she'll still look strong enough for people to rally around her ahead of 2025, potentially against the admin, potentially against Lakas CMD and the Romualdez and all of that, right? Yun nga so the 11-point drop still puts her in a high territory of 70% plus, but still, it shows that wala siyang effect.
Alam mo naman, Richard, it's not about the absolute numbers It's the movement of numbers katulad ng sinabi mo kanina, itong 11%, ito ay before pa ng full-blown na investigation dun sa intelligence tsaka confidential fund. Yung bakbakan tungkol dun sa Senate na nahirapan siyang sagutin, no? Itong lumalabas about Davao, no? 2.5 billion in confidential fund, no? 460 million a year. Ito ay nagsisimula lang lumabas. At yung ginawa ng Kongreso na tinanggal sa national budget. So itong na ito ay wala pa dyan sa survey na yan. I'm almost sure, no? I'm almost sure next survey, kahit pa paano tatama yan. Paano bumaba si Sara sa ABC Diba? Sa ABC bumaba siya tama rin yung sinasabi mo na hindi pa masyadong issue sa DNE yung corruption, itong intelligence fund, no? Pero kahit papano tatamaan na siya. dahil sa kanyang conduct, sa kanyang handling nung sitwasyon. Hindi lang to usapin nung issue nung issue na hindi pa malapit sa sikmura nung DNE. Ito yung handling niya yung handling niya ay she didn't came out smelling roses 'di ba dito dahil nga hindi maganda yung kanya. Kung ako siya, tatanggalin ko, sisisantihin ko yung aking mga advisors Sisisantihin ko yung aking mga strategies dahil wala silang silbi, no? Wala silang silbi. So, kailangan niyang reinvent, scale up at crisis management para sa next survey where I'm almost sure magpapatuloy siyang bumaba, no? Ng mas malaki dito sa ibinaba niya this survey. So, in that window of 2 to 3 months, kailangan niya magayos, no? Kailangan niya magayos. So, hindi lang si BBM ang may problema. Yung in a different note, no, from a different perspective, malaki rin yung problema ng Vice President. Maliban pa sa nawala yung kanyang campaign kitty. Hindi pala campaign kitty, yung kanyang intelligence fund, no? Sorry, my mistake. Naisip ko lang. My mistake, no?
I'm not as optimistic as you when it comes to, I mean, assuming that's what you're really aiming for. Now, my sense is the confidential fund issue will peter out in the coming months or so, unless it's seized upon as a mobilizing issue. So actually, if you're in the office of the Vice President, you're hoping that actually, buti nga yung survey lumabas based on early September, not late September, and you're hoping by 3 months from now, kinalimutan na yung issue na Christmas, good feels, etc. And kung tuloy-tuloy yung food inflation, bahala na kayo, alam niyo na sisisihin nyo, hindi si VP, kasi DepEd lang, hindi naman siya presidente or Department of Agriculture. So I'm not sure about that, but I think one thing I'm sure about is we're seeing much more vulnerability compared to the father. So wala yung wala yung Teflon effect in Digong. The only time Digong had something close to a double-digit decline was the Kian de los Santos case, and then immediately after he meets the family.
That's 11%.
Exactly, 11 points. So almost exactly. But that was really a dramatic situation, literal in every sense of the word. But you saw Digong was very proactive. He goes and meets the family, tries to comfort them, plays all the populist antics, suspends even the drug operations for quite some time, diba? So that means that the difference is si Digong and Marcos Sr. also, they were master communicators. Well, Digong not as, let's say, articulate as Marcos Sr., but in their own ways, they were good communicators and they were proactive communicators. They could be their own. Well, we don't see that with their kids, no? I think their kids are still not there yet, and both of them have proven quite vulnerable to reversal so early in their administration. I think that's where we see the difference between the seniors and the juniors, the father and the daughter, right?
Exactly. Yun ang sinasabi ko, Richard. It's less about the issue of the confidential fund. It's about the conduct. No, the conduct and the vulnerability of the Vice President. Ang makikita ng kanyang mga kalaban, hindi siya Teflon like the father, no? Hindi siya communicator like the father, no? Digong kahit nagmumura yan, kahit nagmamumble yan, can hold his own andun yung charisma, no? Nandun yung authenticity, no? Nandun yung organic intellect, no? Nandun yung combination ng ruthlessness, no? Parang isang kontrabida, isang psychopath sa isang serial killer na pelikula, no? Na may attraction, no? May attraction as an anti-hero, no? Yun yung nakita ng mga iba, walang ganun si Sara. So ang iniisip nila, she can be damaged, no? She can be so yung mga canons ay itatapat na sa kanya, no? Itatapat na sa kanya ngayon, no? At hindi na nila ipoprobe yung kanyang vulnerabilities. Titirahin na yung kanyang mga vulnerabilities, no? Titirahin na yan, no? Yun yung magiging problema ni Sara in the next few months, in the next survey cycle, na they will gang on him, on her. Halimbawa, bakit tumapang yung Kongreso? Bakit tumapang yung Kongreso na gawin sa kanya ito? Dahil nakita nila hindi siya si Digong. No? Nakita nila hindi siya magaling makipagbalitaktakan. Hindi siya magaling mag-communicate, no? Hindi niya pwedeng itaob yung lamesa, no? Kumaga sa amin sa sa mga lumpen na katulad namin, no? Tinataob mo yung lamesa, no? Tataob mo yung lamesa sa mga kalaban mo. Ang nakita rito kay Sarah, hindi ito kasing lumpen ng tatay. Hindi ito magtataob ng lamesa, no? Lalo na nung kanyang engagement kay Risa, no? Kung ano yung minamambol niya, tapos bumanat siya paglabas niya ng Senate. Not during the engagement, no?
Yun ba yun? Yung nye.
Oo, yan yung madrama yan sa senadora, no, et cetera. Pero hindi mo sinabi nung nandun ka. Yung tatay sasabihin yun
Oh,
no? Yung
doon pa lang
sasabihin yun na harapan, di ba? Kaya nga ang lakas ng kanyang attraction very authentic, no? No? Yung kanyang pagiging bully, no? Yung kanyang pagiging bully, may attraction sa isang certain aspect ng population, no? Yung anong tawag diyan ng kanta? Maginoo na medyo bastos. In his case, no, hindi maginoo, purong bastos.
Or, di ba may mga version na bastos pero medyo maginoo? Now, lastly, pag-usapan natin where does this leave the real opposition, the progressive opposition? Because in fairness, I think over the past month, we saw Riza Hontiveros finally solidifying her position as the leader of I think she's essentially now the pink leader. If there's any pink movement out there, Riza should be the one that they should look forward to. Kudos naman to Leni Robredo by not, by absolutely being the anti-Karen, the opposite of Karen, giving space to Riza. We also see Franz Castro, people from the more progressive blocks also coming up. So biglang maraming mga new heroes from the left, from center left, from far left, etc., from opposition. Because of the confidential fund issue among others, mukhang na-vindicate lahat naman nagsabi, no, wag naman kayo magpapudul dyan sa mga golden age, maharlika, mga ganun. So there's vindication, and the vindication is at the level of Tommy. It's at the level of economy slowing down. It's at the level of everything happening around us, no? And all of the kapalpakan of digong with China, we're seeing the effect of that, no? So, where does that leave the opposition, Ronald? Anong pwedeng gawin ng opposition coming into 2025? Again, we're political strategists here, right? So, if you were to advise mga potential senatorial balls and also yung mga local government LGU level na may potential, no? Nagaling sa opposition, paano dapat sila pumapwesto? I think we discussed already what our forecast is, but if you were to advise, what would be your advice, Ronald?
Ilabas yung popcorn. Labas yung popcorn at panoorin itong telenovela, itong House of Cards, no, itong Game of Thrones, no, no, at panoorin paano yung mga katulad ni R&R ay nang iintriga at nang gagatong, no, dun sa nangyayari, no. Pero more seriously, tingin ko yung at least yung mga nag-iisip ngayon na tumakbo from the classic opposition, no? Dahil baka may new age opposition ka ngayon.
Kasi
yun,
the logical opposition versus functional opposition. Functional yung nakikiride sa...
Oo. So, ang tingin ko, yung mga nag-iisip tumakbo ay for now, no, pwede magbago in the next year. For now, walang inclination na magbuo ng slate. No? Ang tingin nila, hindi yun value added sa kanilang individual campaign, sa kanilang individual possibility to win, no? Hindi makakatulong yung pagbubuo ng slate, no? At for now, I think tatakbo sila individually with different strategies, no? Different strategies. Kaya kung ako sa kanila ay pagbubuo ako ng slate. Hahaluan ko ng mga siguradong matatalo pero makikilala. Katulad ni Risa, she lost twice bago siya nanalo, di ba? Oo. Parang may mga bagong mga bata na articulate, no? May mga bagong look, espiritu, no? May mga bago na Richard Haydarian, no? May mga na naka-leather jacket, no? Yan yung mga iconic na mga na mga millennials, no? So ibig sabihin, kung ako yung masusunod, na malamang hindi naman ako masusunod dahil small boys in the wilderness lang ako, no?
Malacanang.
Nanggagatong lang, no? So, yun, buuin ito meron kang mga dalawa, tatlo na winnable, and all the rest is a supporting cast, no? Partly para magpakilala ng mga bagong leaders ng opposition at partly para suportahan yung tatlo na winnable. Not really to win, no? Dahil masyado masikip eh. Ang mukhang pinagtatalunan na lang dito sa Senate slate halimbawa ay one or at most two positions. Dahil yung 10 sigurado na eh. No? Sigurado naman nanalo yan. So, yung pinagtatalunan, 1 or 2. Meron kang 7 na re-electionist, meron kang 7 na mga dating senador na babalik, no? Tapos meron kang mga katulad nila Erwin Tulfo na halos sigurado na mananalo. Hindi kasama doon sa 7, no? So, ilan na lang yung kwan. So, medyo masikip. So, magpatakbo ka ng mga okay lang na kwan, 10, no, 8, pero yung the rest ay supporting cast. At mga disruptor na ang purpose ay banatan yung iba para mas may chance yung kandidato mo, no? Yun yung kanila, disruptors, no, attackers, no? At magmamarka. Katulad halimbawa si Luke, nagmarka siya in just one debate. Di ba? Nung binarahuran niya si Harry Roque at saka si Gadon, no? Ayun. Imagine mo kung sa buong kampanya meron kang mga ganon. Dahil marami namang matatalino sa progressive movement, di ba? Kaya marami naman, hindi lang naman si Richard Redare na matalino, marami diyan eh. Marami diyan na mga magagaling eh, pero hindi na didiskubre, no? Sabi nga ano sabi ni Elegy written in a country churchyard ni Thomas Gray, di ba? No? Full many a gem of purest ray serene, the dark and phantom caves of ocean bare. Full many a flower is born to blush unseen, to waste its sweetness in the desert air. So maraming ganyan eh.
Yung sa likod ko, yung nakanta mo kasi Lord Byron.
Mga progressive leaders na hindi na didiskubre. Di ba? Ilagay natin sila sa forefront, no? Madiskubre sila. Perhaps, in the next election, mas may fighting chance sila. Mas maluwag at saka nakilala na sila. Pero, ayun nga, hindi ako yung magpapasya niyan eh. No? Kung ako lang magpapasya, I will create a slate.
Oh, I mean, thank you so much, Ronald. I really appreciate that, especially your poetic moment. I didn't know you had that poetic side, but with those Chinese painting behind you said, parang gusto ko naman.
Nagiging poetic ako pag nananalo tayo over China eh, by 1 point, no? So, di ba very poetic yung ating victory, no? What can be poetic than our victory over China twice, di ba? Kaya nagiging I'm waxing poetic eh, no?
Just to clarify, American-born po yung star ng game ulit. So I'm sure yung mga forum dyan, mga bakery forums, sabi na even sa basketball, na yung love namin na China dahil meron kayong American-born players.
Maraming mga Pilipino na American-born, no? Yeah. Maraming mga Pilipino na American-born, about million. More than a million, no?
5 million strong community there. Thank you so much, Secretary Llamas, for I know this time was kasi usually ko madaldal ka, tumantuwa ka kung marami tayong pinag-usapan, but I know this time you're a little bit tired, under the weather. Wag ka muna manigarilyo. Magpahinga ka muna, magkalamansi juice ka.
Lobo ako eh.
I'm working on your gift, don't worry. No.
Ayan, gagaling ako pag may nakita akong leather jacket na dala-dala ng Lalamove.
Talagang sisingilin talaga. Kaya dahil dyan, Ronald, kailangan natin kumayod para ma-fundraising na natin yan. Kailan man birthday niya? Di ba October?
Bukas.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Bukas ang birthday mo? Wow!
Bukas. Hindi ako mahilig sa mga birthdays eh. Hindi man ako...
Sure ako.
Parang it's an accident na you were born on that day. So, hindi ako masyadong hindi ako masyadong keen sa mga birthdays.
Oh. I'm so sorry.
mas sineselebrate ko yung mga moments na meron kang kinalaman, no? Meron kang kinalaman para maging significant rather than the accident of birth. Pero ibang hindi na ako waxing poetic, waxing philosophical na ako niyan, no? The universe, no? The universe, no? The cosmos.
Elon Musk tayo dyan. Wow! So, happy birthday, advance happy birthday, Secretary Llamas. Mabuhay ka. Many people are happy about. I'm sure they're happy with your interviews also with Christian Esquerra, but I think many people also love this whole R&R conversational setup. Dito, dalawang makulit na, alam mo na, I'm glad and I feel na a lot of things we were saying last year na walang nakikinig sa atin. I think tayo medyo dark horses tayo last year kasi daming galit sa atin. Daming galit sa akin because I've been saying hard truths, no, for the opposition. But now I
must be doing something right.
But we have been right, and now suddenly last year sinasabi ng iba ngayon na feeling nila original sila. But anyway, I'm not gonna go there. Tao.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Secretary Llamas. Please take care and just to be clear, guys, once a week lang kami. Hindi naman, sineslice ko lang to.
Pinapakyaw lang. Pinapakyaw.
You're tired. Ayoko na maisipin mo. Pero, Llamas, kasi the point is, first of all, I think conversation brings a different side to me. I mean, there's a lecturish side to me. There's a kalog side to me. But conversation, especially with kindred spirits like you, with Glenn, among others, always brings a certain side of me, and I think this is what people appreciate. So, happy birthday, Secretary Llamas. Oh, yung mga pwede na kayo magpadala ng GCash. Magpo-promise tayo para kay Secretary Llamas. Thank you very much, Secretary Llamas.
Salamat sa ating mga patuloy na no holds barred conversation. Okay, so huwag ka magtatawag na lumesa.
Thank
Thank you.